am sorry, but we lost her." At these words from the doctor, my brother sank to the floor and passed out. And that is when my nightmare started. My name is Uriel. I am age 20 and I will tell you how my own twin brother almost ruined my life. Before we continue with the story, do not forget to click on the notification button in order to get notified at every new video posted. My twin brother Remy and I were 10 years old when our mother passed away. She was diagnosed with leukemia, and after spending some few months in the hospital, she died. We have always been closer to our mother because she was always present for us as compared to our dad, who was always traveling for work. He worked as the head of a mining company, and most of the time he would travel and spend months out of town, whereas mother quit her advertisement company where she used to work and instead set up a shop so she could always be with us. My brother and I were always sick, so she could not keep up with her job, which was very demanding. When our mom started feeling sick, dad was not around, and even when it was getting worse, she kept telling him it was all alright because she didn't want to disturb him. Our mother was a fighter and she was our hero. She understood my brother and I, even without us uttering words. As for my father, he always thought that coming home with all sorts of gifts was the best form of parenting. He spent the least time with us, no time to advise, counsel, or even guide us while growing up. When our mother died, I was really doubting how things were going to unfold. My dad stayed with us for a few months, but after his leave expired, he had to return to work. He tried to get us a nanny to stay with us, but he never really knew where to look. My mom's only sister was married and had her own kids, so she could not stay with us. And daddy had no siblings. My brother and I told him not to bother because we could take good care of ourselves. Our school was very close to the house, and mom had taught us how to cook and clean and take care of ourselves and around the house. He refused, but we insisted, and he said he would return home more often in order to check on us. Time went on, and Remy and I did a rather good job at taking care of ourselves. Or let me rather say, I took good care of Remy. Mom used to tell us that our frequent ailments stopped at the age of 5, and that was a great miracle to her. But immediately as mom died, Remy began falling sick all over again. Dad had to take him to the hospital, and the doctors did not see anything wrong with him despite the numerous tests they ran. They ended up concluding that it was the loss of our mom that made him to be weak, and told my father not to bother because with time he would heal gradually. All the time our father was absent, I took care of Remy. Most of the time he would refuse to eat or do anything. He kept crying for days with our mom's picture glued to his chest. I would sit with him for hours. Sometimes I would take his head on my lap and sing lullabies taught by our mom while patting his head, and slowly he would go back to sleep. Sometimes in class, he would be following lessons quite alright, but at some point he would just go blank and be lost in his thoughts, and I would be called from my class to come check on him. Because of this constant evasive nature, his results began to drop, whereas we both always took first positions in our respective classes. He wanted to be a medical doctor, and I wanted to be a grape sculptor, so we were not in the same classrooms. As I saw his results began dropping drastically, I was very worried and wanted to help him out. Our mom always said that no matter what comes our way, we should never let go of each other's hands because together we were stronger. I then told my father that I wanted to change my series and join my brother in the study of medicine. When my father got to the school to talk about it, my teachers were so disappointed because I was doing so well in my class. They even tried as hard as they could to dissuade me, but their efforts were vain. I was told that I had to work harder so as to catch up with the others, but it wasn't a problem for me, so long as I was going to be by my brother. The next term came and we were in the same class and on the same bench. Each time he was about to get lost in his thoughts, I would find a way to stop him, and when my efforts to stop him did not work, I would copy his notes for him and do his exercises. With time, he began to get better. We studied together and did every single thing together and even shared the same bed. Although he was getting better, he kept on having nightmares whenever he slept alone. I had to now share the same bed with him, and each night he had these nightmares, I would sing to him to go back to sleep. All this wasn't easy on my part, but I knew I had to do it. I had promised my mom, and also I knew that if I was in the same situation, my brother would not hesitate to act the same. same. When both of us were 16 years old, we got to our final year in high school, and after that, we were supposed to enter university. I was so excited because my brother was now much better, even though he did not expect me to have new friends. There was this new guy who came to our school and we became close, and after some months, we got into a relationship. Remy did not seem to be happy about it, and he made it very clear to me. I tried telling him, but nothing would change his mind. Even though I told him that this new boyfriend would not come in the way of our brother and sister relationship. Some months before our final exam, he fell seriously sick again, and I could not help but to blame myself. I then asked my boyfriend to break up with me, as I didn't want our relationship to be the cause of my brother's pain and failure. Immediately I told Remy I broke up with my boyfriend. In no time, he began feeling better, and I was so happy, although it entailed resuming my motherly duties towards him. It was hard because exams were fast approaching, and I had my brother who had gone back to that depressive state, but I knew I could make it. Valdez, my boyfriend, and some friends told me my brother was manipulating me, but I gave a deaf ear to them. During a discussion with Remy, talking about our future dreams, I said I dreamt of getting a good job and getting married to a nice man and having 2 kids. When I asked about his dreams, he went silent. The brightness on his face suddenly dimmed as he stood up and left. As the exams approached, I had a lot of work to catch up with for my brother and I, since I spent a lot of time with him in the hospital. Thank God my ex, despite our breakup, used to pass by and give me notes and also explain the lessons to me, although it also got Remy very angry. At times, I would fall asleep while he was explaining the lessons to Remy on his sick bed after having read through them. Finally, we wrote the exams and it was holidays. 2 months later, I began feeling very tired, dizzy and sleepy. I thought it was the effect of me overworking myself all these past months. But as time went on, I began to feel sick all the time. I put on weight and I also missed my period. Dad came home and took me to the hospital, and it was found out that I was pregnant. This news was almost as shocking as my mom's death. We went home and Dad asked who was responsible for my pregnancy. But the truth is that I didn't even know. So all this while I was slaving myself just to offer both of you a wonderful life. You have been busy enjoying yourself. How dare you? I trusted you. Who on earth is responsible for this rubbish? He screamed. I stayed silent because I didn't know how to tell my father that I had never slept with a man. It should be her boyfriend, Remy answered with disgust on his face. My father then took me to Valdez's house, and after a long discussion with him and his parents, we went home. The rest of my days were like hell on earth. Results were published. We both passed, and my brother chose to study in the best school of medicine in London. As for me, my father did not say a word. I then understood that it was end of the road for me. What hurt me the most was the fact that I was innocent, but I had no proof. I was just 16 and pregnant with a ghost. My family had turned their back on me, and the boy I loved had left me. I started having Braxton Hicks contractions at 7 months of pregnancy. It was hell. After weeks in the hospital, the doctors had to induce me into labor, and this almost cost my life. The baby died, and I did not even see it because I was between life and death. After a month, I woke up to my father sitting by my side in tears. He recounted to me how my brother confessed that it was him who raped me while I was asleep after he spiked my tea. He also confessed that he did it because he subconsciously wanted to keep me around forever. He explained that he did not want me to disappear from his life just like Mom did. So that was the only way he found to hold me back. The rest of his words were just like echoes in my ears as I closed my eyes and kept seeing all my past as a film. The struggle, the pain, and the time lost. I always thought it was Remy and I against the world. When I got out of the hospital, my father showed me the letter where Remy confessed and said he packed his stuff and left and didn't want to be found. I was hurt because of the betrayal I had just been a victim of. How could my brother be so wicked towards me? I couldn't believe it. Over the weeks that followed, all my father's efforts to get to him were vain. And deep inside me, I was happy he wasn't found. I decided to go back to school and focus on sculpture because it was my initial dream. And after 2 years, I still passed my exams with excellent grades. Today, I study sculpture in one of the best schools of arts in the country, and I am followed up by a shrink who helps me pick up the pieces caused by trauma. What I've learned from this experience is to put yourself first, be it emotionally or physically.